Now, shifting focus, intelligence suggests around 30 to 35 Pakistani terrorists are hiding in Jammu's higher and mid-mountain belts, leveraging winter cover to evade detection. This comes months after Operation Sindoor, a precision counter-terror campaign targeting Pakistan-backed terror groups like Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed. Security forces have heightened vigilance, especially along the Jammu-Punjab borders, anticipating potential infiltration attempts amid dense fog. Remember, viewers, Operation Sindoor, launched in May 2025, targeted 9 terror camps in Pakistan and POK, including LET and JEM strongholds. Now, Pakistan retaliated with loitering munitions, prompting Indian forces to intercept missiles and drones. And we are joined by Akash Sharma on this broadcast. Akash, if you could tell our viewers about the high-tech surveillance by the Indian Army in the region.
Right. So you see, south of Pir Panjal area is an important area, given the fact that in the recent years, especially before Operation Sindoor, we have seen a number of attacks and activities by the proxy group of Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed. And that's the reason why, we have, in fact, we are seeing a heightened, security in the region, specifically in the areas like Kishtwar, Doda, Rajouri, and Punch. In fact, intelligence sources and inputs are suggesting that there are 30 to 35, terrorists, that are currently hiding in the Jammu region. Jammu region, when we talk about Jammu region, so we have the entire area that is south of Pir Panjal in the Jammu region. And we have seen, a couple of, attacks in the last few years, specifically after 2022, where we have, in fact, lost several troops to these attacks. This time around, army is leaving no stone unturned in, busting the hideouts and also finding these terrorists. Given the fact that, we have the snowfall in the particular area, and in fact, harsh winter is very much there, and these terrorists are somewhere looking for some sort of shelter. They are seeking help of the civilians, but then civilians, are very sure this time around, and in fact, they are supporting somewhere Indian Army and the Indian government, because they know that how these terrorists are going to impact their livelihood and their lifestyle. And that's why it is very difficult for these terrorists. But on the other hand, we have Indian Army, that is constantly patrolling at the higher reaches, dominating the higher reaches in the areas like Kishtwar, Doda. And right now, we have been given to understand that from from drones to high-tech surveillance cameras, even technologies, has been employed to find these 30 to 35 terrorists in the region. In fact, intel sources just 2 days back were somewhere indicating that in the areas like Rajouri and Punch, there are two groups, one from Lashkar-e-Toiba, second one from Jaish-e-Mohammed, 3 to 4 people in one group, who are currently there in the region, in the area present. They are somewhere trying to approach the civilians, but then, it has become very difficult in the recent times. And then, after Operation Sindhu, there is a policy, there is a zero tolerance policy against, in fact, the terrorism. And that's the reason why these groups are in fear. Possibly they have infiltrated before Operation Sindhu or after Operation Sindhu, but these are 30 to 35 Pakistani terrorists who are currently active and are very much present south of Pir Panjal in Jammu region. Harsh.
Right, Akash. Akash, if you could tell our viewers, but the real question in this whole matter is that how are these terrorists still entering our territory?
Right. So infiltration is one attempt. Of course, we know that it has been happening for ages. You have LOC, line of control, where Indian Army is deployed. Then you have BSF, Border Security Force, at the international border. It is really, a matter of investigation as to from where these infiltrations, are happening. But then we have seen that how several sort of attempts have been, in fact, thwarted by the forces. But then there is always a possibility that they might have, got some sort of success, and that's why they have infiltrated in the region. There is also a possibility that these groups have infiltrated before Operation Sindoor, before April or May. Because, since 2024, we have been reporting that how several groups have infiltrated in the area. But then survival is one thing that is very difficult at this point in time, given the fact that temperatures have been dropping, and then there is snow at the higher reaches of, the mountains. And that's why, in fact, Indian agencies are now, trying to launch several sort of operations in coordination with other forces like Jammu Kashmir Police, CRP, and Indian Army for that matter, specifically in the Kishtwar and Doda region, is trying its level best, given the fact that this area is full of difficult terrain, and then you have dropping temperature, you have snow, all those difficulties, facing all those difficulties, They are trying to, reach out to any sort of hideout that may, have been there in the region.
Right, right, Akash. Many thanks, Akash, for gathering all that.